A lot of people won't like this topic, but that is exactly why we are going there today. Putting your marriage first before the kids. This is not selfish. It is strategic, it is survival, and it is wisdom. You see, many couples lose their relationship in the name of parenting. They become glorified roommates. They stop being lovers, they stop being friends, and then one day, bam, the kids are grown. They leave the house, they go and live their own life, and you are left staring at a stranger across the dining table. You don't want that life. You don't want that story. So let's talk about how to build a marriage that lasts, even through parenting, because it's not beans. Let's go deep. Let's start here. The child you love so much, that pikin where you like so much, that beautiful, innocent soul that came into your life because of a union, that child came through two people who once could not keep their hands off each other, right? Two people who stared into each other's eyes and saw forever. So why do you now think that the marriage becomes optional after these children are beginning to show up one by one? When you sideline your marriage for the kids, you're putting the cart before the horse. The kids are the fruit, but the marriage, gangan, is the tree. If the tree withers, the fruit will eventually suffer. This is not just logic, it is real life. You can't preach what you don't live. You can't tell your kids to be honest, then lie to your spouse. You can't tell your kids to be respectful while you are sarcastic and dismissive to your partner. You think they're not watching? Kids, their brain is like sponge. They watch everything. They're building their worldview based on your marriage. You see, your way you handle your partner is the first textbook for their life. They learn everything through how you forgive each other. They learn everything how you communicate. They watch how you argue with your partner. They watch how you apologize or if you're manipulative. So if your marriage is full of silent treatments and constant jabs and everything, you are teaching the children that that is how they should handle life. And that is a terrible inheritance. Character is not passed on through instructions. It's passed on through atmosphere, the mood of things in the house. If you want your daughter to choose a high-quality man in the future, let her see what it looks like in you. If you want your son to respect women, let him see how you treat their mother. Mothers too. If you want your son to be able to find a good wife, show him what a good wife looks like. I'm not saying you should be perfect. I'm saying be intentional. Even in your disagreements, model strength, model grace. Your kids are your greatest test. Let your kids witness a love that bends but doesn't break. This is what gives them the emotional stability they need to go and attack life. Let's call this one out, especially for the women watching this. Many of you are loving mothers, but you've forgotten that you are also wives the moment the child arrives. You now shift 110% of your love and attention to the baby. It now becomes, hey, my child, oh, hey, my child. I've seen a lot of mothers say, hey, don't hold my child like that, talking to the father. I mean, I understand you carry this child for 9 months, but then your husband is also hungry for affection, hungry for attention. Men rarely say out loud that they feel emotionally neglected, but they do. They feel it. And it shows up in withdrawal. It shows up in silence. It shows up in not participating in some decision making. And unfortunately, sometimes it shows up in places it shouldn't. I'm not blaming you. I'm making you aware. You're a mother, but you're also a wife. Don't sacrifice the relationship that brought you the child in the first place. Let's be honest. Parenting is brutal. You are tired. You barely sleep. Somebody always needs something. But you know what doesn't work? Waiting until things calm down before you make time for your partner. Now, I'm talking to both men and women now. Women, because I told you in the last point, don't think it's only you. Things never calm down. There's never a right time. You have to protect intimacy the same way you protect your child's nap time. Date nights are not luxury. They are lifelines. You need time when you are not just mommy and daddy, but where you are lovers again, teasing, touching, and connecting. You need it. You need it. Otherwise, your sex life will die, your friendship will die, and the marriage becomes a machine, mechanical. Don't let parenting turn your relationship into a business transaction. You need that emotional feeding also. When your marriage is healthy, parenting becomes lighter. Why? Because you are emotionally supported. You can tag in, tag out. You can vent. You have somebody to help carry the weight. It's magical when you lean on each other. But when your marriage is dry and empty, you start using your children to meet your unmet emotional needs. And that is dangerous. That's how you now emotionally suffocate a child. Children are not designed to validate you. They are not your emotional retirement plan. Your partner is your emotional teammate. pour into that relationship, it makes parenting more sustainable. Your child is not your therapist. Please remember that. One of the biggest parenting problems, inconsistency. Dad says yes, mom says no. One is soft, the other is strict. And then the child, they get confused, anxious, and manipulative. But when your marriage is solid, you parent with unity. Even if one person is soft and one person is strict, there's still a balance, there's still unity. You set boundaries together. You don't fight about parenting in front of the kids. You handle it like a team. And that's when the child feels secure, because the leadership right there is freaking consistent. Children are very sensitive and intuitive also. They can feel tension. And even if you never raise your voice, they know when mommy is ignoring dad. They know that energy. They know when daddy is passive aggressive. They know when affection is gone. The emotional climate of the house is set by your marriage. And when the atmosphere is tense or fake, your child grows up with emotional anxiety. There's so much that parents do to their children that they don't know. But when the home is warm, playful, and stable, they flourish. You're not just raising a child, you are shaping their whole nervous system. Even you, your parents passed so many things down to you that you sensed and it affected you being an adult. So don't pass it on. I spoke to a lot of people who are in their 70s, 60s, and one day the house will be quiet. The cartoons will stop playing. No diapers, no school runs. Just you and your partner. And in that moment, will you even recognize each other? It's like this thing, it seems like it's not real, but it's reality when you speak to other people. If the entire relationship was built around raising the kids, then what's left after they go? Nothing. Silence, regrets. But if you have managed to nurture your love, protected your bond, built a friendship beyond parenting, then those years, those older years, can now be some of the most beautiful years of your life. You still hold hands, still laugh, you still grow, because you built something that time and parenting could not destroy. This is very essential. We need to prepare for tomorrow from today. Prioritizing your marriage doesn't mean neglecting your kids. It means giving them the best possible environment to grow up in. You will see it transfer to your grandkids, because the greatest inheritance you can leave your children is the memory of two parents who deeply loved each other. Yes, life will test you, so you won't be perfect, but you'll be intentional. Your child needs to see what love looks like in action, not by empty words. Give them that gift. Protect the very marriage that brought the kids. Keep watering it and watch your whole entire family life flourish. If this message hits you hard, tell me in the comments. Have you been putting the marriage second without even realizing it? Because it happens, we all do this. Or maybe you've watched other couples do it. Let's have that honest conversation down below. And if you know someone who's new to parenting, or someone who is struggling in their relationship, their marriage, then send this video to them. Don't wait till it's too late to protect what matters, because love is not automatical. It is intentional. It is built, it is preserved. And if you stop nurturing it, it dies. Do not let that be your story or the story of anybody that you know. Protect the marriage, protect the legacy.